Oh, there's a jacket you covet.
Yeah, so this is Desperately Seeking Susan.
Ah, so that uses a clip too.
Yeah. I mean, this one's interesting because it's all clips. So there's no...
Bauhaus!
They're not trying to... I love that editing.
No, this video is edited very, very deftly, very expertly. It's like they had the click track going in the editing room, and everything is edited for rhythm. Yeah.
See, I was scared of this movie because of shots like that. That's
what? You were, wait a second. You were afraid to see Madonna naked?
Well, I don't know. I was very innocent at that time.
That was not a fear that I had.
Well,
let me tell you.
That's
a nice rat tail that guy is rocking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the platonic ideal of the rat tail.
Yeah. Everything about this video is done so well. Just like the shot of the shoes, and then they switch to her shoes.
Right. And the way they punctuate everything with the flash bulb.
Yeah. No, it's so good. And you kind of, even though I'd never seen the movie until this week, I kind of already knew what the movie was about. Like, I had, that there was two love stories.
Yeah.
I just thought that the guy in the bed was also, at the beginning, was Larry. The guy, the husband.
Oh, Gary.
Gary.
Okay.
But I love the use of the
No, it was
mirror.
Richard Hell.
I love the use of the mirrors.
Yeah, so what's the technical term for that, what they did there?
Well, they just did a dissolve on that, which was not the easiest thing to do back in the 80s.
Right.
It was digital. I mean...
And the other thing about this video that's important to note, and I guess it makes sense, but just like the movie's marketing... Rosanna Arquette is pushed to the margins, and it's all about Madonna.
Yes.
Now, granted,
lock the doors. So that's so great.
Granted, Madonna's the singer of the song and everything, and the writer of the song, right? She wrote this.
I don't know if she wrote
it. I bet she did. She
probably got co-writing, which know.
Anyway, that's the dance. That's the famous New York danceteria.
There you go. I think it says Atlantic City on it, which makes sense because that's where she was.
I gotta say, even her underarms are dirty sexy in this movie.
Are you okay? Do you need a moment while this
live out your fantasy? That shot.
Love how they timed it.
How is it that she can take stockings and boxer shorts and make that make your pants go crazy?
And there's one of the end shots.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
But I feel like it's like, well, see, live out your fantasies. Now I know your mind. They did a really good job of editing this. And then we go back to the mirror again. And
so I was actually reading about this movie, and it's sort of inspired by a French film from the 70s called Celine and Julie Go Boating, which is actually a much stranger, surreal film than Desperately Seeking Susan. But this video is actually pretty close to the French inspiration.
Well, I think what's interesting about it, too, is, there are very few shots till right there that don't have just Madonna in it.
That's true.
She's not the focus. But she is the singer of the song.
True.
And, I mean, let's face it, if you're trying to get kids to go see this, which is basically the soundtrack... video is a 3-minute commercial for the movie.
That's true.
So, I still think this is probably one of the...
Salvador Dali telephone.
I mean, we'll talk about Madonna later, she's the queen of soundtrack videos, I think. But this one is just so good on its own. You can't just...
Look, we heart Madonna.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Well...
I don't know if you heart her.
That wasn't the body part I was thinking of.
I
was thinking a little bit lower. But it's Madonna. Come on. What else are you gonna say? She even something that's kind of like a throwaway knockoff, who cares kind of thing. Like, it's done with a lot of craft and what's the word I want? It's still all about building her brand and her image.
Yes.
She's very, very smart about that.
Yeah, I think that, I feel like showing this is it's an awesome, really well done.
Well, it also helps that the song
is very good.
It's got a good beat to it, and it's easy to edit to. I don't necessarily think that Rod Stewart song was easy to edit to.
But what they did was they matched. I mean, it's a lot easier to edit this, too, because she's actually in the movie. The difficulty for...
these other songs.
Is whenever you don't have...
The singer, the artist in the film.
Right.
Right, which is the vast majority of them, though. There's another one we should do next in which the artist appears in the film.
Okay.
All right. White out, white in. Oh, I see. We're gonna pan over to.
Well, I'm glad to know that post-apocalyptic, you still got some nice pumps.
Well, it was
and
always about Tina Turner's legs. But here's the thing. So, is this her character from the movie, or is this just Tina Turner still in costume, but Tina Turner singing the song?
My feeling is that this song is very well integrated into the thought, or they wrote this for this movie.
Yeah, but is it actually in the movie, or isn't it just over the credits?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I've ever seen this.
Oh,
but I think
kind of literal.
I think
that part right there. But yeah,
I think that she's very. I think it's her character. I think it's anti-entity.
Anti-entity. I'm not so certain because she doesn't have very many lines in the movie, from what I remember. But I mean, I'd have to watch the movie again. But I feel very confused as to the identity of this figure.
I feel like we're in the world and she's a performer, and this is her world.
Okay, so we're still in the world of Mad Max Thunderdome.
Yeah, I do.
You remember when Mel Gibson was likable?
Yeah.
Like, that was a long time ago. So was this movie also the inspiration for American Gladiators?
No, that was Running Man. Duh.
Oh, sorry. Too bad there's not a video for that.
I don't know. I mean, I think this is really well done, though.
It's like they're she's thinking about them, right? They're in her imagination as she's singing. Yeah. Or she's reminiscing.
No, I think that this is very well done, the way they integrate this, and I think she looks so cool. I think she's also like, I look cool. I will wear this costume again for this music video.
She might have more close-ups in this video than she does in that movie. I would be willing to bet.
Well, yeah.
And you know what? This video is actually more demanding of her as an actress than that movie.
No, she does a really good job. I mean,
yeah, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling something.
Yeah. No, it's. I think the editing on this one is also really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow, those earrings.
Is this, what,
85, 86?
So it's that thing, I think that, yeah, well, maybe a little higher budget, you get a better editor who can figure out ways to integrate the film better.
Well, the film itself is artier than some of the other films we've seen. I mean, Desperately Seeking Susan is arty in a way, but this is a visual spectacular, right?
Yes.
And these exotic sets and stuff.
I mean, that's a great.
Yeah.
No, you can't see anything.
But I'm just saying, well, okay.
Okay.
Now that's we are no longer in Mad Max's world.
This is a great video until then. Like, this is a really perfect, and then
ripped Kenny G comes out of nowhere. What in the hell?
I mean,
see
explosions. They had me and then lost me there.
Well, there are action sequences in the movie.
No, I like the action sequences. It's the saxophone shots.
See, that totally kills your theory that it's the world of Mad Max.
Well, maybe one saxophone is left over and handed down by generations, like a sword.
Or an axe.
It's like the Excalibur.
And where did the children come from?
Well, they came in later.
I feel like they were like gremlins. You got a drop of water on one of them.
It doesn't literally have to make sense. We know.
I know. I'm just saying, but there's been no preparation for that.
But she does a really good job, and seems she really doesn't need another hero.
No, I believe her. I would say that the whole point of the video, up until the very end, is her alone. Articulating this thing.
Right.
Like, it's all about her as herself, as a strong woman. So why do they even need anybody else in that video?
Well, I think what I really would say about this video is if you were a Tina Turner fan and you had watched this video all the time on MTV, which it was on all the time.
It was on a lot.
You're probably going to be sorely disappointed when you go see the movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I have not seen it in a very long time. I don't remember her being in it very much, and she certainly doesn't have much in the way of dialogue.
But it's definitely one of the more memorable when I think of soundtrack videos, it's definitely one that comes to mind.
Sure, I think it's a good example of a movie where people maybe know the song and maybe haven't even seen the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean...
Definitely. I mean, Desperately Seeking Susan, this one...
But I mean, like, until we started this, did you remember that there was a song for Short Circuit? Because I didn't.
No.
And I don't know how. I thought that maybe there was, and lo and behold, it's that crazy video.
I mean, I feel like this is interesting in the sense that we want to make the effort to write a song for this movie. Like, it's about, it's the whole idea of marketing, like the blockbuster video of the blockbuster movie in the 80s. Like,
and what's kind of...
We'll write a specific song for this, and we will get a huge star. Nobody, especially who goes mass appeal, who goes across all kinds of demographics, and we'll integrate her character into this. It's very smart.
Yeah, well, I would also say what's interesting about it from the perspective of the Mad Max movies is, I mean, Tina Turner's pretty punked out, her costume. I mean, she's got those crazy shoulder pads, and her hair's very punk looking, and because the first two Mad Max movies were cult movies that had a certain appeal to an audience that would self-identify as punk or, I don't know, new wave or something, whatever they called, whatever you would call yourself back then. And this movie is an attempt to take the franchise a step up into more mainstream success. And so you get Tina Turner and you get more of an adult contemporary kind of song thrown in there. And it's a weird, it's like the 80s, and it's like an encapsulation of the 80s. That what you see in that video with that song, the adult contemporary versioning of stuff from earlier in the 80s that was maybe a little bit more underground, alternative, genuinely weird, experimental, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, Tina Turner, man, totally believable.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's probably that required more of her as an actress than the movie itself, probably.
It does show that even though these are just 3-minute commercials kind of for a movie, I mean, they're for the song too, but it's like they've got two brands they're having to sell. Mm-hmm. And so it seems the best ones are the ones where they can really integrate those together.
Right. Well, yeah, because the other thing is that all of those Tina Turner comeback songs, Private Dancer and What's Love Got to Do with It, and even this song you could all read them as thinly veiled accounts of her own personal struggles, right?
So it's selling her brand. It's
right.
Selling, it goes back to that idea of...
It's got layers.
Yes, layers. Like
it's semiotically, it's very dense.